Freedom is the sovereign right of every American. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communist invasion. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communist invasion. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communist invasion. America.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 104. The big 104. 2 years worth of podcasts. Andrew, we can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Okay. I saw your mouse moving and nothing was coming out. Anyway, this is being recorded live on February 15th, 2020. And anyway, I am your host, Taylor, and this week I'm, of course, joined by Anthony. How are you?
Doing pretty well, I'd say. 104. Where's that time gone? It felt like yesterday when we started the thing.
Yeah, and had the first half hour of the first episode without any audio.
Yeah, as you do.
As you do.
Yeah. I remember you did that about 4 weeks ago as well, so you don't learn from your mistakes, apparently.
Oh my god.
It's called a callback.
Exactly.
True. I'm doing quite well. I've been playing some Apex recently, gotten back into that, and I must say I'm doing quite well in it. Last night I got 2 wins.
Hey,
okay.
Good.
Well done. Well done.
And in the past 3 days we've gotten 3 wins, so I would say I'm getting better progressively.
Yeah.
Like each game I usually get like 2 or 3 kills, which is good, whereas before I was struggling with accuracy and stuff. But yeah, aside from that, I have been, what else have I been playing? Not a whole heap this week. Haven't really been leaguing a whole heap either, League of Legends.
Yeah.
Been playing some Battlefield here and there. But yeah, like I haven't really jumped into any like single player games or anything like that. Haven't turned on the PS4 in like 3 months.
Oof.
So that's going well.
Gotta check it for dust.
I know, right? Slide across there, yeah, it's a bit dusty. That's kind of it for me.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right, Ethan, you return.
Hey.
You were on here last week along with Mike, but you're back again this week. So welcome back,
Thanks for
as
having
usual. What have you been up to?
Still playing Chrono Trigger. I'm on the final boss.
Oh, nice.
That one,
Okay.
second time.
Cool.
Still a fantastic game. Although I lost against the boss after trying to beat it for 15 minutes yesterday. So I'm gonna give it another try probably a little bit later.
As you do.
I've also been playing Mario Sunshine.
Oh
which,
yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Game's fun.
Yeah.
Andrew is disgust.
Andrew's making a face, which I kind of agree with.
Andrew just hates Mario. He hates Mario Party, Mario Kart, and now Mario Sunshine.
No, I don't agree with that one.
No, I believe
Just-
Andrew is more of a Mario Tennis sort of guy.
I do like a Mario Golf and a Mario.
There you go.
I like those two too. So.
Well, see, strangely, up until this point, Mario Sunshine was the only 3D Mario game I hadn't beaten or really played
Really?
that much of.
Okay.
Yeah, really. Only because I never had a GameCube growing up, and they haven't, for some reason, Nintendo has never made like a remaster or a re-release of that game in any form at all. So I found out I borrowed Mario Sunshine from a friend of mine. Found out that my Wii doesn't work anymore, which is always a sad moment.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. It just won't read discs. So that sucks. But I borrowed his Wii as well, and I've been playing a little bit of that. I don't know. I feel like I've been a little bit spoiled by Odyssey, which to me is just like
Better
it's just
Mario
freaking fun.
Sunshine.
It's just a better Mario Sunshine with a better main mechanic. So I don't know. I'm having a decent time with it. It's probably so far my least favorite of the 3D Marios. But
Okay.
I'm so glad I'm playing it anyway.
I've still yet to play Mario Odyssey.
Oh gosh, dude, that's
I know.
sacrilege. That's like that's probably my favorite one. What other Mario games have you played?
Sunshine 64. Paper Mario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew's going insane. He's
Yeah.
got voices talking to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Mario has always been like my. I don't want to say. So like, don't get me wrong. I like Mario as like a mascot and a character and everything. And it's just like,
Sure.
I love like Nintendo and whatnot. But it's just like of the main 3 Nintendo franchises of like Zelda, Metroid, and Mario. I always played Mario the least. So
Yeah, sure. I understand that. I feel like there are a lot of people kind of in that camp who prefer Metroid and Zelda, and those are the ones that tend to cross over most with like other platforms, I feel like.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a good series. I enjoy
Okay.
it. Not Mario Sunshine as much, but anyway, that's been it as far as video games goes. So
Okay. Andrew, welcome
Alright.
back. Had a nice
Thanks
couple
for
weeks
having me.
off. Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
back.
It's been a long couple weeks for me. But gaming wise, let's see what I've been playing. Apex, like Anthony mentioned, that new character came out, who I haven't actually bought yet.
Oh, Revenant.
Revenant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Revenant. He seems all right. His voice lines are at least really cheesy, so
Yes.
that's fine.
That's
Yeah, I can't get a win in that game for some reason. I'm just bad.
Gonna move back to PC. Come on.
I feel like that's worse. That's a terrible idea. I feel
Oh,
like it'll
dear.
be way worse that way.
Funnily enough, I've found that you don't go up against as many like 3,000 kill people. So you're going up more so against noobs now and like people my skill level. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's dropped off a bit.
Maybe because I was playing it like pretty much like day 1 and day 2.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
maybe now some of those like new people or hardcore people will be like more ranked up or whatever, and
Mhm.
I won't deal with those people as much.
Mm.
But yeah, that game's still really fun. And let's see, I've been diving back into Call of Duty. The new season came out.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to unlock a crossbow, but you have to like play 25 matches and get at least 5 kills with like a like a marksman rifle.
Okay.
And it's a lot. I
Yeah.
feel like. So I'm like I really want a crossbow. It sounds really stupid and fun. But it's gonna take a while apparently. That
Can you
game's
buy it?
no, you can't buy it. It's just like a thing that's like the only unlock. Like I don't think you can buy it at least.
I think you have to like challenge unlock it.
Yeah, so that's cool at least.
Mhm.
And then I've been spending a decent amount of time with this little Switch game. It came out late last year called Black Future 88.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a roguelite, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Those are
Run based game. It's probably a good way to say it. And it's cool. It's like you have little hunters, and like instead of it being like
on
you have yeah, it is on Steam as well for like $15.
Oh, okay.
It's got a cool little soundtrack. The like gimmick is that like you have time, like you have 18 minutes to beat the game.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And like you can spend your time to get like upgrades. Like, oh, if you upgrade your guy, it's gonna cost 60 seconds or something like that. Or like
Okay.
if you make kills, you get like an upgrade. Like, oh, if you get kills, you get 3 seconds per kill or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's cool. The Switch is probably not where I should have bought it. It's like a bullet hell type game. So like,
Oof.
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, the bosses come along, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like
Yeah.
everything's chugging. Like even I knew it was gonna be bad as soon as like the loading screen came on. The loading screen was like stopping.
Oh no.
Like there's like supposed to be like a subway
Oh.
kind of moving
That sucks.
in like
Yeah.
a silhouette, and it just stops. And I'm like, oh no, this is
Oh man, that does
not a
suck.
good sign.
Is it similar in any way to Enter the Gungeon? I don't know if you've ever
So
played that one. before.
I played a lot of Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is like kind of 3D based, whereas this one's more like side to side based,
Oh,
like,
interesting.
and vertical.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cool. You get like a dash that goes through bullets. And if you upgrade your
Oh.
dash, you get like 2 dashes or like 3 dashes, or
Sure.
if you dash through bullets, you could get health back. So it's neat. It's got a lot of the trappings of like a good roguelike. Yeah, it's fun. I think I'll keep playing it. It's good on the Switch. A reason I want it on Switch because like, oh, I can play a run and then set it down and walk away.
Mhm.
Like, on my
yeah,
on
Switch
my
is really
couch.
good for roguelikes like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but when it runs like, it doesn't run like
Garbage.
complete garbage. But there are times where it runs like complete garbage in a
Okay.
game where it's like, I get hit for 3 health when you have 12 health. It's kind of lame.
Well, that sucks because, like, for point of reference, Enter the Gungeon runs perfectly fine on Switch. That's a really good roguelike
Mhm.
that you can pick up on Switch because you can just run through
Yeah, that
runs
game
like
is
that.
good. Maybe I should
Yeah.
play that game.
Yeah, kind of
Try it again.
Yeah, well, that made me want to play Dead Cells. So I downloaded the new like Dead Cells thing, got back into there, but I realized how slow Dead Cells is compared to Black Future 88. So I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Dead Cells is fun.
It is good. It just felt really like I was like walking in mush compared to the last game I was playing.
Sure. That's fair. That's
sure.
fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
that's been it for me.
What was the name of that game again? I'm gonna
Is
look it up.
Black Future 88. It's on
Okay.
currently just on Steam and Switch for $20 on Switch. So you've been at Switch price, and I think it was on
Like
sale.
5 on Steam.
It was like 50. It was like 15 on Steam. So you
Oh, that's not too bad of a Switch tats then. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
It came out last December, so like it kind of quietly came out there out of nowhere. But I had seen it before, and I was like, oh, this game looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into it. That sounds cool.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so this past week for me, my little FPS kick has kind of continued and everything. Been playing a bunch of Modern Warfare with the new season coming out, as well as the Valentine's Day playlists are pretty cool. You did double weapon at Spain, double regular experience too. Been playing on Rust most of the morning, all the various day modes, and it's kind of like chaotic fun. So yeah, I've been doing that. A little bit of Battlefield 4, a little bit of City Skylines. Gone back into that, started a new city. That's going well so far. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much been it. I think I'm just trying to bounce between those 3 games this past week. Yeah. Oh, been trying to figure out Streamlabs OBS again because it's been streaming with audio. But for like a few months, none of my recordings that I've taken have had audio to them. And the only thing that fixed it was putting Streamlabs OBS out of simple mode and into advanced mode. So I'm pretty sure I was able to replicate the settings across the modes. I don't think anything looks too wonky. I checked the stream earlier. I think we're all Gucci. And I know for a fact that audio is coming through. So
That's it.
yeah. Anyway.
Glad you got it fixed.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I have no idea why it decided to do that, but whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We transitioned the COG staff team into using Slack as the primary communications platform as opposed to Discord. Although the community Discord will still, more on that later, will still be very, very active, everything as it needs to be. And so yeah, anyway. With all that normal housekeeping stuff out of the way, main site is, of course, cultureofgaming.com. There you can find the latest gaming news, reviews, opinion pieces, etc., etc. And then on the right-hand side sidebar of that main site, you can find an invite link to our community Discord, which we'll still keep active and participate in and everything, right? It's not like we're completely going away from Discord. So yeah, join there. You can chat with everyone you see on the podcast, as well as pretty much all the staff over at COD. And then we have 2 Facebook pages. There's facebook.com/the COD Network for the main Facebook page of the site, and then facebook.com/PowerUpPodcast for the Facebook page for the podcast specifically. And now Twitter @the COD Network, Instagram @Culture of Gaming, YouTube.com/Culture of Gaming, and Mixer.com/culture_of_gaming. So, as previously mentioned, it is episode 104, celebrating 2 years worth of podcasts. And so, yeah, woo. And so, to celebrate, it's not going to be like last year where we're going to play like one big large party game, I don't think. We're going to bring some other people in, and we're going to have kind of a more like casual, relaxed discussion about kind of like the gaming world in general sort of thing. We'll just kind of... I have a few topics laid out to kind of get the conversation started. I'll just see where we go from there. It's going to be a lot looser discussion, and I'll tell you right now that viewer discretion will be advised. So if you like to listen to the podcast on like a smart speaker or whatever, then you don't want to do it with children around. So yeah, viewer discretion will be advised. And
You have been warned.
Yes. Anyway, getting right into the gaming news this week is not nearly as explosive as last week. There's been like a bunch of like, I guess, tinier stories just kind of sprinkled throughout the week. So yeah. Anyway, our leading topic today is more Blizzard news. So last week we talked about Geforce Now launching, and overall it's pretty decent. It's at least the most competent of the game streaming services so far. But Activision Blizzard has pulled its games from Geforce Now, with rumors suggesting they might be headed to Nvidia's cloud gaming rival, Google Stadia.
Yeah, well, of course.
Joining the dark side here, right? So this article is coming to us from Engadget. Geforce Now, Nvidia's game streaming service, went live for everyone last week. It allows you to play hundreds of games from dozens of publishers in the cloud, but Activision Blizzard's titles are no longer among the options after the publisher asked Nvidia to remove its titles from the service. While, quote, while unfortunate, we hope to work together with Activision Blizzard to re-enable these games and more in the future, end quote, an Nvidia staff member wrote on the Geforce Now forums. As such, you won't be able to play Modern Warfare, Overwatch, WoW, Diablo 3, Hearthstone on Geforce Now. You'll need to have a PC that's capable of running the titles locally to play them. Not that you would want to play most of those titles on a streaming service anyway. While games often come and go from various platforms, the disappearance of Activision Blizzard's library so soon after Geforce Now's official launch raised some eyebrows. They were available all throughout the 2-year beta, and even despite the EULA for Blizzard prohibiting gamers from playing titles on cloud gaming services.
Why did they have it available during the beta? Then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the deal then?
And then it talks more about the rumor that the games could be going to Google Stadia. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know what probably happened there. It's probably Google's come out with an exuberant amount of money saying, please put your games on our service because they're desperate.
Okay. I guess, I don't know, this article seems to suggest that it's more like the Stadia thing. Could be more, Activision, Blizzard, and Google agreed to a multi-year partnership that brought the former esports events, including Overwatch League and Call of Duty League, to the YouTube streaming area. And Google Cloud will also handle Activision Blizzard's game hosting and streaming infrastructure for that. So, yeah.
Probably not a great move on Blizzard's part. I mean, are we in unanimity with that?
I think this is another unfortunate life choice by Activision Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They've been making a lot of those recently.
Yeah.
So, gotta stay in character.
That's an understatement.
Gotta stay in character.
This is just like the Nets garbage bag tossed onto the dumpster fire, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They got a streak, man. They got a streak going.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know. Okay, so.
Why now?
Why not yank it during the beta? Yeah, why now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I mean, you probably said it has to do with like the YouTube stuff, right? Because that's Google, right?
Yeah, but that was signed before Geforce Now came out of beta, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's I would say it's got to have something to do with cash, I reckon.
That
Okay.
as well.
It's probably because like last week, or it might have been the week before, when we talked about Stadia going free and like the downloads halving and stuff like that. And like on the Reddit and on also YouTube as well. I think when Stadia did a certain video, everybody was like, "What's happening with the platform? You know, where's your games? Where's your updates? Blah blah blah." And for like the past, since Stadia roughly came out, there's just been no updates, no nothing. I will have more news for you later. They've just been repeating the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably they've kind of had a good long hard look at themselves and thought, well, we need something to happen. Hey, we've kind of got a partnership with Activision Blizzard. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you think kind of more it could have been like Stadia lobbying Activision Blizzard to get...
Yeah.
Okay.
Get games on their platform.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing big coming for Stadia at all.
Sure.
There's no killer game or app or anything. So
Okay.
they need something.
Okay. Andrew, what are you thinking?
I mean, I don't know. Stadia is a mess.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
right? And Blizzard's a bit of a mess, so maybe it's meant to be. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Anthony said, it just comes down to money, and it comes down to it could come down to convenience too. Like they're doing the whole YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what if they just use their services somewhere else or whatever?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting because I did see something about Stadia getting new games, so I was looking at it up really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting like 5 new games.
Yeah, and none of them are too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a remake of Panzer Degree which people might be into.
Oh, no.
That's weird.
Because people
What?
like
Spitlings? What the heck?
yeah. And Serious Sam is getting some sort of thing.
Woo.
So
Yeah,
like
weird.
there's some games that people have like like a relation to the names, but I don't know if it'll be any good.
I
Do we
think
know
it
anything-
may.
Do we know
Go
what the
for it.
status is on? Sorry, do you remember what the status is on Baldur's Gate 3? That's still Stadia exclusive, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they've
Let's
updated that.
do a quick Google on that one. Anyway, Anthony, what were you trying to say?
I think also because Stadia is like not appealing to gamers already. It's kind of appealing to like new people coming into the space who don't want to buy a console and PC and blah blah blah. Call of Duty is a very renowned,
Yeah.
very renowned name. So everybody's like, "Oh, Call of Duty." Everybody kind of knows what Call of Duty is. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
that
sure.
kind of makes sense as well.
You got those people like, oh, I can just stream the new Call of Duty to my monitor or whatever. That's on my laptop.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that is neat, really, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if it works. then-
But I mean, at the same time, do you want to play an FPS with a lot of input latency? No, you don't.
Well,
So-
For
they're
new
not.
gamers,
They're also not going after those people, like the people who care that much. It seems like.
Exactly.
If you put a Call of Duty on the service, I mean, some people will play it there. Like probably a
Unfortunate.
good amount. a good amount of people will play it there. Just
What
the
if-
same amount of.
Oh man, I'm just gonna get really good at the Stadia version and like top the league.
Dominate, yeah.
Do it.
Just dominate the
Yeah.
casuals, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep,
PC
learn-
Gamer article here. Stadia says Baldur's Gate 3 will be out this year. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a Stadia exclusive. I didn't even know that.
I thought it was. Yeah. Is it still?
No, Steam
Okay.
has it listed though.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It
I don't know if
does.
that makes a lot of sense.
That
was
Maybe it's
one
a
of the ones
timed
they were-
exclusive.
Maybe.
Maybe. I know that was the one that Google was really pushing at the Stadia event last year. That's where they initially announced it.
That was
so
like
I
the
guess
Cthulhu one, right? The like
I think so.
cosmic horror looking-ish one,
Yeah.
right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. If they can get that as a timed exclusive, that's going to be a fairly big deal, though. That's
So it's going to Game Pass and Stadia.
Oh,
interesting.
that's an interesting
And
take.
Steam.
Okay.
That's-
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I think so. I think that's what it's doing.
Yeah, that is this one I was talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we really need to have like the in general Stadia conversation. Yeah, and we've been tracking like its fall
Yeah,
from
we-
grace and everything, and
Yeah.
us like many other sites also correctly predicted that it would be in the state that it's in. Just a couple months after release. So yeah,
It's a dead horse at this point.
yeah, with all degree of smugness though, I don't know. I just think it's like weird that this is. I almost feel like this is more of like a milestone. Like this could be more of like a milestone than we might think it is. Because like this could represent the first time two game streaming services like actively competed with each other. And it's like this is almost like the streaming services version of Epic versus Steam right here.
Right. It's a good point. It's a good take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
I think
Kind of?
it's. I kind of feel like it's a bit different because
This is momentous. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, fair enough. So this Geforce Now is kind of appealing to PC gamers already,
Yeah.
whereas Stadia is appealing to somebody who's never gamed or doesn't want a console, blah blah blah.
Okay.
The problem was Stadia went after gamers. They did the wrong. Instead of going after newbies, they went
Yeah.
after gamers. So they did it the wrong way around. Anyway, that's a different conversation.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Well, actually, in terms of like marketing direction, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, like when they first announced Stadia and
Yeah.
like a couple of months before it came out, they're like, that was kind of their motto because they were charging so much for games and for the service. So
Yeah.
they're going after people who are willing to drop hundreds of dollars and like only like $100 or $200 less for a console.
Right.
So it's like they're kind of already going after people who are wanting to spend that money already
Okay.
instead of going after people who want a Netflix kind of thing, like what Game Pass is or like GeForce Now is kind of thing.
Okay,
So-
sure. Yeah.
Well, does GeForce now have like games on it, or just your library that you?
No, it has both.
Okay.
Yeah, it has
just
both.
double-check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of cool. We talked a lot about it last week and everything when it launched. It's silently launched too. There was no like big like comments about it. It was just like, oh, it's out of beta now. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some weird things with the whole like session lengths and stuff, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we
whatever.
ever find out how long the session's supposed to be? I know it's.
I
An
know like
hour.
the free version is like an hour, but then I think it's like the paid version caps you to like 6 hours or so.
I want to think.
6 hours a
I want to
day?
say I heard six at a time. So then
Yeah.
after your
You can
6 hours,
relaunch.
you would get bumped to the back of the line or
Okay.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not-
Doesn't
that's
it
not
save
the
like
worst. I don't
computing space and everything, I'd imagine.
know.
Yeah.
That's not the worst. It could.
No, 6 hours is pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
That's a solid
fair.
gaming sesh, bro. You should probably go outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Get some vitamin
outside?
D.
Solid sesh,
The
bro.
graphics are so real.
I know. Realism. You guys seen that subreddit or whatever? It's like pictures of like nature, and it's like the joke is like, oh, these graphics are so photorealistic. This game is amazing. Whatever. Yeah.
What game's this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it
that's-
is begun. The streaming wars have, I guess, to
I
quote
guess.
Yoda, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was like half of his lines in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Okay.
I always thought that was a weird scripting decision, but
Okay.
What's
Anything
next topic?
else to say about this? As I said, it's just like there's not really any huge topics this week. It's more of just a bunch of sprinklings of tinier topics.
Like recapping and stuff like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty
Yeah. So anyway, Andrew, Call of Duty might have something up and coming here.
Yeah, so Modern Warfare, 19. There we go.
Yes.
There's been like rumors of like
play with audio. Why GameSpot?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have.
Yeah,
warned you guys
no,
on
it's
that one.
fine. It's fine.
That's what I was doing earlier. Yeah. So season 2 came out, and they released a trailer that had like people talk like the in-game people like, oh, the gas is coming up behind us or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And like kind of hinting at the battle royale stuff. And then there's been like weird rumors of like it being like 200 people or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild. Then they also have like if you launch Call of Duty Season 2 on the main like menu, you have campaign, multiplayer, and it says classified. So clearly a new game mode is going to be there. Pretty much all but confirmed, right? Like this is coming.
Okay.
But what's extra interesting is that people apparently have like been able to access the map for the Warzone.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So quoting this person, Ryan B at Prestige is Key. I'm not sure. It looks like they're a YouTuber of some sort.
Yeah.
They said if you go to Atlas Superstore, I have no idea what this means. I guess that's a map maybe, in a
Yeah,
private
it is.
match and become the COD caster, you can explore the entire map. So it's a bunch of low quality like pictures of like what it would look like, this gigantic map. And there's even like a giant like the PUBG like map style, like where you see a bird's eye view. There we go.
Sure.
Sure.
Like what it is. So it looks gigantic. I can't remember how big the last one was.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's cool. I'm interested in the Call of Duty. Kind of interested in the Call of Duty Battle Royale. I was gonna see what do you guys think. Would you actually jump in on this one?
I don't know. I might play it. Depends. So I don't know. That would seem to apply. So Atlas Superstore is a new map they added in season 2. I've played it a few times over the past couple days. And so yeah, that sounds to me. It's just like, oh, Atlas Superstore will probably be like a location on the Battle Royale map or whatever. And so I am not answering that question, Superboy 2505. 4 is probably not something you should look up, and it's not something I'm going to look up on live stream. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to know.
Yeah. Anyway, so wait, do y'all not know?
I don't want to know. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'm just saying, do y'all actually not know?
I don't, and I don't want to.
Okay.
I've heard the term. Never looked it up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, never mind. We're not going there. Anyway, so back to COD Battle Royale. So, yeah, back to COD Battle Royale. Yeah, so Atlas Superstore probably might be a library or a location on the map. 200 people, I don't know. I don't think so. That's that might
maybe
be a pipe dream.
I was mistaken because this one says a large ground war does 64 players, right?
Yeah.
So they already have that built in, and I think the Call of Duty last time did it do 75 or 88 or something odd like that. So it's definitely possible to do 100.
I'm still not looking that up, Superboy. Sorry.
Question.
Yes. No, I'm not going to tell you what VOR is.
This isn't the. You've completely thrown me off. This isn't the.
Thank you, Superboy.
This isn't the mode that was on PlayStation 4 that's now getting released.
No.
No.
Okay, sure.
The minimum date that would be released is in like November of this year. Because it has the 1-year PS4 exclusivity.
That was just some like co-op mode that wasn't very good, I don't think.
Okay.
The one that Anthony was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Call of Duty is a cool game, and it's just interesting that they're gonna release it this late. Is it late to release?
We're I don't know. We're what, like 3 months into this game cycle, so it's like we're 25% of the way done with Modern Warfare.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. They did announce that they were gonna do a new one, right?
Yeah, and that one's kind of up in the air what it might be this year and everything. We talked about this last week or the week before, but it was just like Sledgehammer was supposed to be on track to develop this year's. Why Discord? Why?
Yeah, it's
I know.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm having issues.
Give me a second.
Sydney.
Hello.
Sydney always works.
Oh no. Well, they're
Yeah,
still
I mean,
pixelated. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that didn't help. Oh well.
That's good. Okay.
You know what? We're just gonna rely on the Australian server right now. Anyway, hopefully Hopefully things will do better. This is probably like a local Discord routing issue, honestly.
Hopefully we can do something right.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to what we were saying is so yeah, Modern Warfare has like 3 months left of its life. Sledgehammer, who is going to be developing 2020's Call of Duty, apparently Activision yanked the primary development project for this year's Call of Duty from Sledgehammer and gave it to Treyarch instead, because Raven Software, the bid support studio that all 3 main COD studios use, and Sledgehammer were having hissy fits with each other and I guess like fighting internally over stuff, and it wasn't working out well. So yeah, allegedly, this is all allegedly, right? Although actually, I think it's been confirmed Treyarch is doing this year's Call of Duty, but the stuff surrounding it is, yeah, I believe that was the only confirmed part, but the stuff surrounding it is still kind of like allegedly. But yeah,
was that confirmed within this? Was that confirmed within this last week? Because I know whenever we talked about it last week, there wasn't a confirmed developer.
Well, I think I don't know. I think the whole Treyarch thing, like it said it was in development by Treyarch, came from like the investors call or whatever. But I feel like that was the factual part of the case. I could be mistaken also, but I'm pretty sure we were. I don't know.
I remembered.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered that the entire news story was basically that they hadn't listed a developer, and that's where all the speculation was sprouting out of because of the Kotaku report from last year. It's not ultimately super important.
Okay,
It's kind of last week's news, but
yeah. Hold on. Let's see.
Or it could be, if it's Ghosts, it could be like a pet project for all of them.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Ghosts
Okay.
was-
As of February 12th, this is also according to GameSpot, Ethan. Surprising, absolutely no one at Activision Blizzard has confirmed that new COD game is set for release in 2020. However, curiously, the company has not yet confirmed which team is developing the title. So, yeah, I guess it's just been a bunch of speculation and a bunch of stuff around, like, who it might be and everything.
seemingly, yeah.
Yeah, and based on, Treyarch making it, I've heard rumors both going around about it's either Black Ops 5 or Black Ops Remastered. I have preference towards Black Ops Remastered. I'll tell you that right now.
Probably,
Yeah.
What if they just call it Black Ops like they called Modern
That's-
Warfare
yeah.
Modern Warfare last year?
Has the stream frozen for anybody else?
Hopefully not. Hold on, life should be Gucci. Let's see.
All right for me.
Good
We're
God.
good.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah, it's just bad quality, but
Yeah. Okay.
It is kind of bad quality.
Keeps freezing for me.
The Discord calls are not doing great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
well.
I don't know. It's coming through
Power
fine on
through.
my end, outside of like the pixelation I'm seeing on Discord from you and Ethan. Anyway, yay Discord! Yet another reliable week of service.
Here we go.
Okay. So, yeah. Modern
As
Warfare
far
Battle
as-
Royale. Everyone's got one.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Anthony, does this
Yeah.
strike your fancy at all?
No.
Okay.
did you play the last one at all?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
I liked it. I liked Blackout, but the problem was the player base fell off far too quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Modern Warfare has like a multiplayer and like a campaign and a bit more content to bring, like to keep people playing. But I don't know. Blackout was, I would say, it was a failure. Blackout was such a failure that it kind of has me a little bit worried about, if they keep doing battle royales for each of their games, then are we going to have a similar circumstance as Black Ops 4, blah, blah, blah. So,
I feel like eventually they seem to like launch the not the Black Ops, the like Battle Royale Call of Duty version and just update it within like every year. Just like change the aesthetic, change the map or whatever, like match the current game that's coming out. Pay maybe if you want to like get a special battle pass for skins, pay $15 or something like that. But I think that's what they probably should do.
even like have like as you said, throw out like a main battle royale and then update it, but like charge people, $5 each time it gets updated, so then it puts in the new map and new characters and stuff like that.
Sure. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me that like Modern Warfare is only going to have like a 1-year life cycle. To be honest,
it does feel weird.
It's too rushed. It's far too rushed.
Yeah, I feel like
the game feels fresh still and feels good.
Yeah.
That like when the new one comes out, it's like, oh, but I like this one still.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like Black Ops 3, right? That was last year or 4?
4 was last year. Yeah.
It was like, okay, I'm ready for a new Call of Duty, especially what they've shown off recently.
Right. Yeah.
unless they significantly show something even cooler than the current one, then yeah, it feels a little odd.
Yeah. Okay. Ethan, Modern Warfare Blackout Strike your fancy, or Modern Warfare Battle Royale. I was referring to the Blackout.
Blackout, A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, exactly.
This one is what is this one called? Warzone.
Warzone. Okay. Supposedly.
Yes.
You know me, I'm not much into realistic first-person online shooters, so it's not
I
particularly.
wouldn't call it realistic, but yes, you're right.
Yeah, you know, you see all those like U.S. Marines running around with akimbo Desert Eagles all the time. Hell yeah.
I've been training my arm being able to throw a throwing knife like 700 feet.
Yeah.
The graphical
exactly.
style. Okay, the graphical style.
I gotcha.
Would you call Apex realistic?
No.
No, that's cartoony.
I don't know. It's a little bit more animated than your average one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
are you
quite Overwatch.
Yeah.
Would you play
Yeah.
Apex?
He's played
I
Apex.
did play a little.
I know.
We played it with him.
I know, but would you continue playing it, not just
Oh,
once?
okay.
You know.
Well, okay, Taylor. You know how you have the unholy trinity of gaming, and those are pixelated
Platformer and
platformers,
indie, yes.
Indie, yeah. You hate those. For me, like, I like. Okay, here's my thing. I like realistic first-person shooters or realistic graphically first-person shooters. I like, I don't know, cartoony online first-person shooters, and I like games that aren't first-person shooters that are online and aren't.
So,
I don't
i.e.,
know.
Warzone,
Those three combined.
Apex.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Those
So.
three combined, I'm just not the biggest fan of because I feel like they come out with a new.
Wait. Okay. So wait. How is COD all those three combined? It's photorealistic graphics, and actually,
That's relatively realistic.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, relatively.
Actually, pretty cool. A
realistic
lot of the gun
online
effects are really
first-person
cool in this year's
Yeah,
COD. I
like-
like them a lot. Anyway.
Yeah.
shooter. I suppose.
Okay.
I don't know. I enjoy it. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
Whatever, man. It's okay.
He doesn't
It's
know what he
okay.
likes.
It's
It's
okay.
not my thing. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's gonna be a shame. It's just like, you know, if Modern Warfare gets swept under the rug without anything, like, you know, when this year's COD comes out. So I will say it's nice
By the
on
way, I don't think
PC being cross-platform so that the player base doesn't die out. And anyway, I'm sorry, Ethan. What were you gonna say?
I feel like I need to disapprove of, again, your stupid Unholy Trinity, because those just so happen to be some of the best games of all time, and you're wrong. So I just need to reiterate that once again.
Disagree, but whatever.
It was like when I was talking about that game earlier. He like looked it up. He's like, "Oh, this type of game." And then Ethan was like, "Yeah, this type of game. Okay."
And that right there is the difference between me and Taylor. You
I
can
will
just-
give Black Future 888 credit.
Well,
It did look like it aesthetically looked cool.
He likes some indie / platformer games. Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I know. I
It's
like
not
that.
how
It's not
Right, but
pixelated
that's-
though.
but
It's
that's
not
It's
pixelated.
not
Yeah.
pixelated.
But it's
Specifically-
a platformer though.
Yeah, it's a platformer, and it was kind of indie, but it's not
It is
pixelated.
kind of indie.
It doesn't
Oh, well,
fulfill.
it has to be
It
those
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't fulfill the Unholy Trinity.
Listen, as a person who loves Celeste and Shovel Knight, you don't even know how much that upsets me.
Shovel Knight is arguably no longer indie as well, but
Yeah.
What
Fair
about
I mean,
like
point, fair point.
Sell
they're
out.
gigantic.
Sell
Yeah,
out.
they're gigantic. I know, not that they sold out. They're just gigantic. Like,
Sell out.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
What about
that
a game
has
like
come a long way for sure.
what about a game like Hotline Miami?
I like
That's
that. I
not
mean,
a
that's not a platformer
It's not a
though.
platform.
That's top down.
But
Okay.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy Hotline Miami.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be those three aspects,
Yeah.
Anthony, and then Taylor goes insane. That's
Exactly. And the reason why is just because I remember like circa like 2013 through 15 when the Steam market was absolutely flooded
Yeah.
with those types of games. And
crapware.
most of them were crap. Yeah, sure, some of the games that incorporate those aspects are good. Like I'll even concede Celeste. It's like by all accounts, if you enjoy that kind of game, it's supposed to be very good, right? But it's like I don't know, it's like there was just the market was just flooded with like absolute garbage. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
Have you ever played 1001 Spikes?
No.
It's the Dark Souls of indie pixelated platformers.
Oh no.
He did the comparison.
You get 1001 lives to beat the game,
Oh.
but and it's
but
really
then it
hard.
just reset.
How many levels?
Yikes.
I don't know, probably like 30. Maybe
He's
more.
like, oh yeah, that sounds easy.
This seems
I
doable.
didn't beat it, to be honest.
This
with you.
seems
I got-
doable.
And there's like different characters. It's actually a pretty cool game.
Okay.
I want to go back and play it.
Okay. Interesting. I love like the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom ripoff poster that they have on the Steam
it's got
page.
it's got a real silly look to it. And
Okay.
It's kind of you can play like as a character who's basically like Barack Obama. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they even have it like
Anyway.
an Indiana Jones game too, or like Indiana Jones style. Aben Hawkins is like in 1001. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool game.
Okay. Interesting. I might this
Anyway.
is $15. It might be a pickup here. Just for some really funny rage clips.
Some research.
Yeah, some research, some market research. Okay.
Anyway, Taylor needs salvation, and I just needed to emphasize that. So that's all.
Okay. Thank you. Call the minister. Call the minister. All right. So
What's the next topic?
well, yeah, I don't know. Well, I know what the next topic
Are
is.
you the host?
Yeah, I know. I know what the next, I was saying. I don't know. It's like about the COD Battle Royale. I may or may not like play it often. I like maybe play it once or twice, and then if I like it, then maybe keep playing. But I don't know. I like a lot of like just the normal COD multiplayer that we've got in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So game's fun.
The 2v2 stuff is very good.
I don't know. I've not done any of the
2v2
2v2 or 3v3 stuff, and I haven't played Ground War either, to be honest. I've just done like normal stuff.
Yeah, 2v2 is my favorite. I haven't tried 3v3. Ground War is a little too much for me sometimes.
Okay.
It's just everything. You're dying every 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff.
A little bit of hell. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's cool if you want that like big experience where you're like kind of like Battlefield and you're playing with friends and you can like squad up and just like, oh, who cares what's happening? We're just playing together, right? That's always fun.
Oh,
and you can I think you could probably have a bigger squad. Like we play with 10 people sometimes. You get a big group together, then you could probably do Ground War. Yeah. Whereas I don't think you can do that in the normal stuff.
Yeah. So in this happened this past week. So in Battlefield 4, there's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 consistent servers about having like a decent amount of people and are in the US and everything to play Conquest Large. And so not only do you like see a lot of the same people throughout the servers and everything, people still play this game, which is kind of cool. But my friends and I got banned from one of them because we missed the whole rule that it was no levolution. And so we like explicitly did one of the levolutions on Siege of Shanghai. We brought down the tower because the enemy had objective C, and it was just like, well, they have it like camped to hell, so we kind of need to shake things up, right? And so it's and so we brought down the tower explicitly, and then got banned for bringing down the tower because I guess it was against the server rule.
That's like the lamest, like,
it is.
Hey, no grabs rule in like fighting game at my house. You don't do grabs at my house. Like the stupidest stuff like that. Like it's just like the old like.
Yeah, there are a lot of servers that are just like, using like this gadget or whatever, right? Those aren't really populated, but it's just like
medics.
I don't know. Yeah, no medics. Yeah, right. It's dumb. It's dumb. Yeah, no, it's just like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm playing the game. It's supposed to be played. Okay, it's like I'm playing the game. Yeah.
No AC 130s above.
Exactly. All right. All right. So moving right along, Ethan, you got a couple of things for us here. First one is my favorite game series in the whole world, Half-Life.
Yes, absolutely. This is one of those games that only meets 2 out of 3 of the Unholy Trinity requirement, and therefore I really like it. Half-Life Alyx.
Wait, what? It doesn't meet one.
His
what?
own.
Okay, got it.
My personal.
Oh, okay.
My personal Unholy Trinity. Regardless, Half-Life Alyx, you might have heard of it. It's coming out March 23rd, as Valve announced just the other day. So, pretty soon.
That's actually pretty soon. Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah, soon. I mean, I think we were expecting it to come out in spring anyway.
We knew March, we just didn't know when specifically in March.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
What sucks is that like the index is still sold out worldwide, and you're not able to buy that. If you wanted to buy one, I mean, you're probably not going to be able to until.
Is the index the new fancy one, or is that the?
It's the new fancy one from Valve.
Okay.
Yeah, the VR headset.
Valve specific one.
Yeah. And I mean, they've gone on record to say that Index is the way that Half-Life Alyx is kind of meant to be played, even though you can play it with Oculus or Vive or whatever the case may be. But they designed it with the Index and the specific Valve knuckle controllers.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. It's like the whole like grab hand thing that we've seen in the trailer for Alyx and whatnot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I can individually sense which one of your fingers.
Didn't Oculus introduce something like that? Linus tested it out, didn't he? And absolutely hated it.
Oh, the Quest. Yeah, the Oculus Quest is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another wireless one too that I thought was
There's
okay.
the Vive Pro, which is pretty good. Or talking about, okay, when you say wireless, do you mean like standalone and wireless, or do you mean like?
There's one I thought I heard where you can like plug it into your computer and it gets more power.
Oh, okay.
But you can also do it like off
yeah.
of your own. I thought that was the Quest. I thought people liked that one.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, I thought people like Quest too. I don't know. Maybe
I've definitely heard bad things about the Quest. I don't know. Should be in the Stadia.
I don't know. Possibly. Haven't looked up into it enough. Either way, even if Valve Index weren't sold out, I couldn't afford it because it's $1,000.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of cash money. It is, yeah. You can get yourself a decent gaming PC for $1,000.
Do you have to have a? Do you have to have like a $800 PC to run it too?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the PC as well.
This
it really sucks because
This is like platinum class.
this is
I'm the
this is
one
certainly a
weirdo.
premium.
I'm the one weirdo in this group that actually likes Half-Life, and I there's no way I'm gonna be able to.
Half-Life's fine. It's not. It's
I've been having fun with Black Mesa, Ethan.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because it was a remake and they did it right.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
it's just
why.
more modern.
Yeah.
Maybe more keyboard. I played Half-Life when it came out all those years ago, and it was like pretty cool,
Okay, yeah.
right?
I love those games, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to play Half-Life Alex, which kind of sucks. But
I think
do any of you intend on it?
if I had something that could run it, but I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
If I had the financial means to buy the $1,000 VR headset, I would probably, I'd probably do it with the Valve Index, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't use the site's credit card.
Anthony, I need to borrow the company credit card. Yeah.
Just ditch Slack for like a few months, and then you can afford it. There you go. You're fine.
Okay. I have
Get out of the
a.
Slack budget.
I don't know. I have like I don't want to say a vested interest in Half-Life Alyx, even though I probably won't play it. But I'm more like I really want to see what it does in terms of pushing the VR medium forward. Because look, we got 2 years left, 2.5 years left until we're supposed to be getting like full dive VR according to Sword Art Online. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. And so any steps closer to advanced VR, yeah. I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just very interested in seeing how it kind of like drives things forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I
If
mean,
it
Valve
does,
uses Half-Life is the series that Valve uses to test new technology. That's how they originated the Source engine. And
Yeah.
The original Half-Life was like massively
A
influential.
physics demo.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There you go. No, it's what they use to test out new engines. And if Source 2 is anywhere nearly as influential as the first engine is, then I mean, we got something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing the side effects as well.
Okay.
But anyway, that's as far. Do you want me to move on to my next topic?
I don't know, Anthony, you got any thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Okay. How stupidly expensive is the index in Australia?
Well, it's not available here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh,
then.
shoot.
Okay. All right. So yeah, what's up next,
Infinity
Ethan?
dollars. Oh, really short one. Untitled. So the Dice Awards happened the other day, and Untitled Goose Game won Game of the Year, which is like kind of strange. I like Goose Game a lot, but like over all the games that came out last year, they chose that one. That's really strange to me. I don't know. It's a good puzzle. It's a good little puzzle game. But
Yeah, so now Untitled Goose Game stands with titles like GoldenEye 007, The Ocarina of Time, Diablo 2, Halo Combat Evolved, Half-Life 2, Mass Effect 2, Last of Us, Overwatch, Breath of the Wild, 2018
Overwatch?
God of War. Yeah, for whatever reason, it won.
Skyrim.
It won Game of the Year in 2016 when it came out. Yeah, Skyrim. It's like yes, and then Untitled Goose Game 2019 Game of the Year at the DICE Awards.
So
It's
like, okay, DICE Awards. They're like, I thought they were more focused on like graphics and like technical side of it all.
DICE,
be
not to be
wrong.
confused with the Battlefield studio, EA DICE, is an acronym that
Right.
stands for Design, Innovate, Communicate, and Entertain. I don't know, I think
Okay.
Untitled Goose Game did all those.
So, yeah, the only reason I would say like it would deserve an award of this caliber is like you look at what this tiny little studio did, like marketing wise, and like how they showed off their game, because like this game was in development for a while. People were like so stoked about this like weird Goose Game,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's just a weird thing. Like, and there's weird games that come out all the time, but nothing that like captivated like the general like gaming audience like Goose Game did. So it's definitely interesting. I don't know if it obviously is not as good as those games, as some of those games on that list.
Sure.
But like, you know, it did its own weird like thing. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's weird compared to the games that came out in previous years, right? Because those are kind of your typical Game of the Year candidates. You know, you had Breath of the Wild 2017, you had Mass Effect 2 2010. It didn't seem like they were going for something that kind of off the beaten path, or like they didn't choose like Shovel Knight in 2014.
Sure.
Which if it seems like it would have been a similar candidate. So I don't know, Goose Game over Sekiro or Resident Evil 2 or Outer Worlds or whatever else that came out last year. Yeah. It's just
basically any big game, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
it memed its way into Game of the Year. Like, it really
kind
did.
of, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. It is a genuinely great game.
No, I'm sure it is, but it's just like, okay, there's only so far you can take it, probably, right?
I mean,
yeah.
It's like there's little puzzles, and how long is it? Like 3 hours, probably.
It's really short. Oh, it's,
okay.
Not even that. Like maybe an hour and a half, too.
Yeah. So I mean, the gimmick is quick, and you understand what you're supposed to do. Pretty,
pretty quickly.
At the same DICE Awards, Mario Kart Tour, that like garbage mobile game for Mario Kart that Nintendo put out, won Racing Game of the Year over Crash Team Racing, Dirt Rally 2.0, F1 2019, Trials Rising. Yeah, Mario Kart Tour won it. Interesting.
It's not a good game.
That's a choice.
Like, it's a bad game, like through and through. Like the microtransactions are bad, and the gameplay was bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
it's got like, Let me just say, I've never heard of the DICE Awards.
Really?
Okay, interesting.
Oh yeah.
No,
never watched them.
I haven't watched them either, but they're pretty big, from what I understand. It's mostly like an industry, like you don't get a lot of press there. You know, it's mostly just industry people.
I remember the last time I heard about the DICE Awards popping up was the DICE Awards for the year that Breath of the Wild came out. And it ended up winning like a dozen awards or something.
Yeah.
But Nintendo only sent one guy to pick up.
Oh, I remember seeing those pictures. Dude has like 12 trophies.
He's like, give me more.
He's stacked. Yeah.
He was unofficially dubbed as Nintendo guy online. I don't remember what is that.
All right, hold on. Go down this rabbit hole, right? I don't know. At the same time, also, this does try to send like a decent message also to the rest of the industry. Or it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to positive about this whole thing because like this sends a decent message to the rest of the industry, right? Where it's just like, hey, if you're like fun and unique and like viral about your game, then it's like you can still get like good press about it. You know, people will still enjoy it, stuff like that. You know, you definitely don't need to be these AAA powerhouses to, you know, make people have a good time with your game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Hey, I looked up the guy. His name is Nate Bildorf. He's a localization guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they sent the one dude at Nintendo who understood English.
Basically, seems so.
Okay.
Aside from Bill.
Yeah. Good job, Bill. Or Nate, rather.
So there you go. That's it. That's it for my topics.
Oh.
Anthony, do you have something?
Wow. Okay.
Do you have something to say?
Oh God.
I guess DICE didn't much care for post-launch microtransactions. Fair enough.
I guess not.
Yes, I do have a couple of topics here. So more E3 news. This is kind of following up from the general conversation that we've had the past couple of weeks. So Jeff Keighley, the guy who runs
the Doritos Pope.
Doritos Pope, sure. The guy who runs the Game Awards, who has attended E3 for 25 years apparently, will not be attending E3 2020. So this article is coming from gamingbolt.com. The biggest industry event conference, E3, it actually isn't, but whatever. He's looking 40. To be in for a big change this year. Sony is skipping the event once again, and it's looking like potentially Nintendo might even not be there either. Ooh. Now it looks like another blow is here with one of the biggest icons of the gaming industry announcing he'll also be skipping E3 2020. Speaking to the Hollywood Reporter, with lots to talk to it anyway. Jeff Keighley, who produces the E3 Coliseum show, confirmed he is not going to the show this year. He said it was a hard decision on his part and still wanted to support the developers who will still be attending. Keighley doesn't seem to feel comfortable with the direction E3 is going. For the past 25 years, I've attended every electronic entertainment expo, said Keighley. Covering, hosting, and sharing E3 has been a highlight of my year, not to mention a defining part of my career. I've debated what to say about E3 2020. While I want to support the developers who will showcase their work, I also need to be open and honest with the fans, about precisely what to expect from me. Given what has been communicated about E3 so far, I just don't feel comfortable participating this year. Jeff has been one of the most long-standing figures in the gaming industry and founded the Game Awards in 2014. Blah, blah, blah. So, E3 is dying.
E3 died.
If Nintendo doesn't show up,
Oh, Lord.
like that, because they took up a big quadrant last year,
Yeah.
you, Matt and Andrew. So that's E3's. Yeah.
They were like most
seems
of
like-
one particular hall.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pokemon booth was gigantic.
Yeah, and then like they even had like a section like right next to it about like Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Games. Also, that was Nintendo. Yeah.
Plus the what else they had? They had the whole Luigi's Mansion set up,
Yeah,
which is a gigantic thing. And I think
Mm.
they had one more, but I can't quite put my. They had some other smaller stuff for like Wolfenstein and stuff.
Keeley was kind of dodgy about this statement. What exactly do you think it was that he was uncomfortable with? He said that given what has been communicated about E3 so far, I just don't feel comfortable. I wonder
I
what
think-
possibly.
I don't know. I think maybe so. It's like we've talked a lot about in the past about like E3 is after last year. E3 is trying to like rebrand themselves, redevelop the whole experience and whatnot. So I think maybe I don't know. Keeley just doesn't like where they're going with it.
So they're going
Yeah.
more from B2B to B2C, business to consumer, in a sense.
Right.
So they're cutting out the whole, not cutting out the whole journalism side of things, but, a couple of years back, it was journalists only that were allowed in there, and
Yeah.
heaps of news broke at E3. It probably was the biggest gaming event
Yeah, exactly.
back then. And then Gamescom kind of took over as far as the biggest. But now it's just nothing really comes out of E3 anymore, apart from Microsoft. That's it.
Right.
Over the past couple of years,
Mhm.
It's
Mike
think
in
it's
chat
just-
is saying Jeff read the upcoming plans for E3 2020 and probably knows that ESA is just completely disconnected to what they need to do. That wouldn't surprise me either, considering past actions. Anyway, I'm sorry, Andrew, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I think it's really important to note that Keeley literally runs competition to E3.
Yeah.
He runs the Game Awards.
Yeah.
He is in direct competition in sorts of ways. He wants people to announce stuff at the Game Awards. He wants to get those exclusives there.
Yeah.
So him just not going over to host a thing is okay. It makes a lot of sense. I can just take some power away from them, take some of their credibility away from them by not going.
Sure.
It's a little weird. It's a little Keeley's trying to make a big deal out of it. It's I was talking to some other people, and it's weird. Jeff Keighley not going is not the same as Sony not going.
Okay, you think
Yeah.
this whole thing is kind of overblown? Okay.
I think so. I think he's trying to make it a big deal to put maybe a little more negative press on
Sure.
E3.
Okay.
Because he does run the Game Awards. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a business move, right?
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay. So you think he's making a money move? Okay. I like
I
it.
think so. I mean,
No, that's a
admit-
fair point. That's a valid point
Yeah.
completely. I see where you're coming from here.
yeah, and maybe he doesn't agree with that stuff. Maybe he, it's all going to influencers and stuff like that, and then look at the Game Awards where it's kind of the complete opposite. It's this tightly run show that's just trying to, be announcement award or whatever.
I think
right?
they kind of need to tone it back this year, to be honest. Because last year was a little bit much, right? And
I didn't catch.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't catch it live. So
Okay. Yeah, it was just a little bit much last year.
question:
Yeah. What's up?
is Keeley on the ESA?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
He might be.
That'd be
It's hard.
interesting if he was. Yeah, I don't know. E3, we've talked a lot about this before. E3 needs to get some work done, needs to
Yeah. So.
reinvent
Trying to do what
themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Think
so people are making a big deal if he was retweeting various sites posting his absence. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't? Whatever. Yeah. So Keeley making it a big deal is thing. I don't know if it's as big as he's trying to make it.
Okay.
So, or
Well,
I
I
don't even
think,
know what he
Mike
did.
is bringing up the point that it might not be himself. It might be the media outlets making a bigger
Oh,
deal than it is.
sure.
That might be Mike's point there. I'm not certain.
So
Yeah.
I'll read. This is on the same topic. I'll read E3's follow-up to this about this whole news.
Okay.
This might give us a little bit of an insight about what they're thinking. Based on what's being communicated, that is not it. Post-brief statement. Jeff has been and continues to be a strong industry advocate and champion, wrote the ESA in its statement. He played a critical role in developing E3 Coliseum, a platform reintroduced 3 years ago that brought fans together for important conversations with industry luminaries and leaders in celebration.
Okay.
They use interesting terms, these guys. That brought fans together for important conversations with industry luminaries and leaders in celebration of video games. I've read that twice. We appreciate his contributions and hope to have future collaborations in 2020. We look forward to presenting a reimagined E3 that will connect and delight fans worldwide. The ESA also touted its new vision for E3 in a press release sent to the Post shortly after the announcement of Kilo's departure. We're working to make E3 2020 a more interactive and immersive experience with a show floor that will amplify our exhibitors, their innovations, and announcements, said Stanley Pierre-Louis, President and CEO of the ESA, in the release sent to the Post. Yeah, so...
You know, like, I'm just curious at this point, right, as to what E3 will actually do differently this year. Let's see how it looks this year and contrast it to, like, last year. Without the tint of being homeless, kind of clouding judgment there.
Yeah.
So this is coming from the Washington Post. So they're comparing. This is the thing. This is what a lot of news places are doing. They're comparing Sony pulling out and Keighley pulling out being on the same level, which is wrong. This guy's only one dude. Like, sure, he runs an event, and sure, he's an industry. Like, he's a big guy in the industry, but he's not. He's got no comparison to Sony.
He's not making games.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's not like an industry developer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
He might be like very influential personality, right? But I mean, he's by no means like a large one of the big three game developers traditionally. Ethan, what's your thinking?
Just that it sucks that he's not going to be there. I never saw Coliseum myself. I don't know what kind of a show.
Yeah, honestly, I've never heard of Coliseum until this got brought up. I didn't know that was a thing.
I'd heard of it. I don't know.
Oh,
I think I've heard of it. I think it's one of those things
have,
that runs all the time, like on the Twitch channel or something.
Sure.
You know, it's constantly going. They're bringing up new games, and
I mean, if anything, I think it might be a positive if it gives him some more time to work on the Game Awards. That guy works tirelessly. I mean, working towards the Game Awards, from what I hear, is supposed to be his full-time job. It's just something that he works year-round for, and to have to take a break out of that for E3. I mean, I'm sure that the extra time will only help him to manage the Game Awards more, and frankly, I mean, that's a show I enjoy a little bit more.
So I think with Coliseum, Coliseum, I think that was around before like Treehouse and stuff got introduced.
Yeah.
So I think like Nintendo would go there to show their after product. You know, Sony would do the same thing, blah blah blah. But then all these like smaller, you know, Treehouse and Microsoft's event, whatever that's called, the after show thing.
Yeah.
And EA's like after show event as well. So there's probably no place for Coliseum anymore anyway.
Okay. So maybe
they didn't say it was ceasing to exist, though, right?
Yeah, I don't think they said like the event itself was going away. I just know that like Jeff, who's like being portrayed as this big figurehead around it, is going away. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
E3, man. What
New
a mess.
puppet to do the show. Oof. Okay. Shots fired? Question mark.
Yeah. Rude.
Rude.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's move on before we get sued for slander here. Anthony,
100%.
let's talk about Anthem.
Anthem, yes. So we've
more slander.
We've talked. Hey, this isn't slander. This is a direct statement. Excuse me. We've talked about. I was going to say E3 again. We've talked about Anthem quite a bit on this show. About Anthem Realm Reborn and how they need to take it out the back and kill it.
Yeah. Quite recently, the rumors going around about BioWare supposedly overhauling Anthem.
Yep. So that has now been confirmed. So this is a statement coming from Casey Hudson,
the man himself,
from the BioWare.com blog.
The guy who ruined Mass Effect. Anyway.
True fact. Hey everyone, 1 year ago we were preparing to launch Anthem, a game that represented a big leap into new territory for us as a studio.
That's a way of putting it, but sure.
It was an exhilarating and terrifying experience to go out to the world with something new and different, and we are grateful to all the players who have come along with us on the journey. It has been a thrill for us to see the creativity of our players in designing and customizing javelins, and watching them master Anthem's flying and fighting gameplay. I'm so proud of the work the team has put into this game, and at the same time, there's so much more that we and you would have wanted from it. Okay, over the last year, the team has worked hard to improve stability, performance, and general quality of life while delivering 3 seasons of new content and features. We have also heard your feedback that Anthem needs a more satisfying loot experience, better long-term progression, and a more fulfilling endgame. So we recognize that there's still more fundamental work to be done to bring out the full potential of the experience, and it will require a more substantial reinvention than an update or expansion. Over the coming months, we'll be focusing on a long-term redesign of the experience, specifically working to reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivational challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards, while preserving the fun of flying and fighting in a vast science fiction setting. And to do that properly, we'll be doing something we'd like to have done more of the first time around, giving a focused team the time to test and iterate, focusing on gameplay first. In the meantime, we will continue to run the current version of Anthem, but move away from the full seasons of the team's work as the team works towards the future of Anthem. We'll keep the game going with events, store refreshers, and revitalizing past seasonal and Cataclysm events. See, no players, but anyway. Starting with our anniversary towards the end of the month. Creating new worlds is central to our studio mission, but it's not easy. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we miss. What keeps us going is the support from players like you. Your feedback gives us guidance on how we can improve, and your passion inspires us with the courage to create. I look forward to working together with your involvement and feedback towards the best possible future for Anthem. Casey.
It's hard to believe that it's already been a year. Like, Anthem has existed out in the wild for a year, and we've barely gotten like F all for it, you know? Like, there hasn't been any like significant content updates, stuff like that, and everything. As was promised, by the way. As was promised, you know. It's supposed to be like this cool like year's worth of Anthem content they're also living through right now.
Yeah, that's a crash and burn. This is one of the biggest crash and burns I think ever in recent memory, at least.
I will say a good indication of how many players Anthem has currently. As if you go to Twitch, there is no one streaming the game.
Ouch.
There is,
What is there to stream though? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, it's like what is there to stream? Yeah.
A raid, maybe.
I mean, Destiny's still going strong. Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Like, not that Anthem can really be compared to Destiny 2, but it's like on the same kind of
a live service style game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like a loot shooter. So
yeah, sure.
Schluter, as they've been known to be called.
Yeah, so Anthony just read like the official blog post from BioWare, confirming the rumors that we had talked about on this show, like past few episodes about it. Effectively, Anthem 2.0. I don't know if you read kind of between the lines, it admits a lot of stuff about what happened during the development of Anthem and everything. You know, so it's like, a lot of aspects were rushed, et cetera, you know.
Yeah. EA and BioWare specifically like sugarcoating stuff quite a bit.
Okay.
So you're not going to find them like going out of the way and saying, "Hey, we stuffed up." You know?
Right.
Respawn does that well,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Until they abuse their community.
Yeah, I remember the Reddit community meltdown that happened that we talked about on the show. Anyway.
Man, Anthem, what a mess.
I don't know. It's like
watch them too. Just try to charge for this update.
Oh, I swear to God, if they do,
that
would be hilarious.
Although,
that would actually make my day. Anyway,
maybe now's the time to jump in on Anthem. You can get it for $5 or something. You know,
right.
Get it, and then in hopes it just turns out to be a good game.
Just stonk it.
Still have it.
Yeah, just stonk, stonk, hold.
I think I saw it on sale for like $12 at one point.
I remember I didn't want to commit $60 to it, so I bought it. Like I got EA Access or whatever, the Origin Access thing, and just played it off that and canceled after the month.
Yeah,
hold on. Let me check Origin right now. What do they have Anthem listed for?
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say?
I want to say I saw it on sale for like $10 at one point.
Okay.
But no, I don't know about right now. But...
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Store.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to ask. So when they do a Realm Reborn, do you think anybody will play this?
Is that what it's called, the Realm Reborn?
No, we're referring to like how Final Fantasy
okay.
kind of did their whole thing. But
Okay.
speaking of a Realm Reborn, I don't know. I think it would do good for like a publicity thing if they if they did like a Realm Reborn style thing, where it's like they took the game down completely, because you can still buy it and still play it, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Hold on. Origin.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is this saying? No. There's no
Yeah.
EA. No, you're not this stupid, are you? Okay. So you can get Origin Access Basic for $4.99 a month or $30 per year. You can get Origin Access Premier for $15 a month or $99 per year. That's like the monthly subscription services from Origin and everything. And Anthem is included in that. Or on PC, on Origin, you can buy Anthem starting at $59.99.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
They're still charging full price for this video game.
Hey, but you can save 10%.
Okay.
You can literally go on to the Target like digital store and get it for like $20.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
$89.99. Yeah.
Or like, I think the Xbox One right now is like $13.
Okay, yeah, they're on PC on Origin. They're still charging full price for that video game.
And it's not on Steam.
No, it's not on Steam. It's only
Okay.
on Origin.
Yeah. Don't pay full price for that game.
Please
I'm
don't.
not really surprised.
Please don't pay $60 for Anthem.
I would say the most I would pay for that game is $15.
I would pay like $10.
No.
Do I hear 5? Do I hear 5? Do I hear 2?
Yeah, no, give me $5. And
I would buy Anthem for $5, sure. In the hopes
Yeah,
that
that's
it
like
becomes better.
Yeah, it's like a soda pop or something. Yeah.
Slim hope.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I just not buy coffee one morning to pay for Anthem. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
$15 coffee.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, what do we think the time frame is for this? Do we think we'll see anything from Anthem later this year, or do you think we'll be kind of decently into the next gen life cycle before seeing this whole Reborn update?
I think the best idea is right when the consoles launch.
You think so? Okay.
That's their only shot, right? Because like now people are getting on this game.
So, hey everybody,
Fresh,
you
but-
can buy Anthem or you can buy Godfall. Which do you want?
Wow, we don't know anything about Godfall.
Sure.
Or really,
I know, but still.
but like, I don't know. Like, are you gonna just wait and let people like buy new games? You're like get out ahead of it and like, oh, and it's coming to PS5 and Xbox.
Yeah. Sure.
One X Series X.
Great.
forget
Orangutan
Anthem.
4
You
is
think we're gonna
now
see anything?
following. Thank you for the follow, sir. And hello, welcome.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
forget Anthem. Do you think we're gonna see anything from BioWare like ever again?
So they're working on another Mass Effect.
Working on a
Oh,
new
yeah.
Mass Effect. That's like a lot further down in the pipe. The most next thing is Dragon Age 4
Yeah,
coming.
which is
Okay.
this year, I believe.
I think so, or like early into next year. So
Is
All right,
yeah.
real question is, do we have much hope for those? games?
No.
for Dragon Age, no. For Mass Effect, yes. Because I'll always have hope for Mass
You-
Effect.
Well,
I feel like-
you have realistic hope, I suppose.
Okay, so I would have hope for Mass Effect and Dragon Age if Vince, the old chap, moved over to BioWare.
You're referring to Vincent
And, like-
Pella. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moved over to because he's moved over to DICE. Like he's
Yeah.
still running.
Well, he's currently making sure that Battlefield 6 doesn't go to crap, which is a noble pursuit, also, right?
But like if he kind of mentored development for Anthem and Dragon Age, I'd kind of have hope. But at the moment, no, I don't have any hope.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know what those games are anymore. What
Yeah.
is a game at this point?
What even is Mass Effect? Whomst
I
is
mean-
Mass Effect? How is Mass Effect? Yeah.
What was it? What was it called? Andromeda. That was
Yes.
a nightmare, right?
Can I just say that I am infinitely triggered that they have the guy from Andromeda as the background for their blog here? Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
Mike just said, but for BioWare, yeah, just watching a sinking ship that continues to blow holes into the sides to sink it faster.
Yeah, yeah. Mass Effect is now a game about awkwardly staring at people. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's
Yeah.
what it's about.
That's what it's always been about.
And making really like when you play the bad guy, just like really weird, like awkward choices that just murder people instantaneously with no thought.
What do you think some of the internal politics around this whole thing are? Do you think, like, all right, so say, like, best case scenario, Anthem will have undergone 2 years of supplemental development before we, like, really see it again, right? Do you think it's been, like, perpetually worked on to a fundamental degree that entire 2 years? Or do you think this blog post is more confirming, hey, we have, like, a solid plan to go forward now? This is definitely a project in the works. So it's realistically just going to be, like, another year of fundamental development work before we see it again. Like, what do you think they've been doing this whole time? What do we think they've been doing?
I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. It's crazy.
I don't know.
Why?
We need-
Okay.
Yeah, we need some
What?
documentary on this thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why? Okay, so you're the studio head of BioWare.
Yes.
Okay.
Your name is Casey Hudson.
Okay, Casey, dude, I'm talking directly to you. How can you sign off on this? Like, when the game's looking at being launched, how can you sign off on this? Like, how can you look at it and think, hey, this is a good game?
Hey,
Being the charge.
I don't know. To be entirely
know,
fair,
man.
I'm not sure they were given
I don't know, man. I'm just a
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
I don't know, man.
that
I'm
way.
just a guy named Casey. That's all. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
think they just go, "Hey, we know this game is bad, but it has to go out now.
Yeah.
We spent too long on it."
I mean, you're going to do another 2 years development, essentially, so why not just delay it for another 2 years?
Well, I don't know if they knew that was happening, right? Like,
I mean, haven't you worked on Mass Effect? Don't you know what people want?
yeah, but Mass Effect 3 had a nightmare thing. Mass Effect Andromeda, not good.
Yeah, but he worked on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
True, but I don't know
Hey,
if
what
they
was
knew
wrong
what
with
they.
3? 3 was fine. There's no issue with 3.
Well, they had the
Very
ending,
good.
the whole ending thing. I just meant there was still like,
Oh, that was the fan base that was like,
yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's who your game is. Going
sure,
out
I
to,
guess,
though.
yeah.
I feel like that was a vocal minority about that, though.
Oh, for sure. I've
Well,
been playing.
They managed to
being like,
squeeze
well,
an entire DLC out of the vocal minority.
Right.
So, yeah, anyway.
good job.
Yeah, the whole director's cut DLC for Mass Effect 3,
Mhm,
yeah. Yeah, this is bizarre case study, honestly,
Yeah.
in the development
I
of
want
the
to
game.
get someone hire Danny O'Dwyer to go in there and get no clip to
Ooh,
Yes.
do a documentary on Anthem like
Yeah.
that.
Danny DeVito? What?
Danny DeVito. Unfortunately, not Danny DeVito.
I would watch the Danny DeVito produced documentary just on BioWare. I would watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Anthem the Wise?
Yes.
It's not a story that BioWare would tell you.
Yeah, really.
Mm.
I wouldn't tell that story if I was BioWare either. Yeah, so... Well,
He's been secluded to the dark side. I don't
Is
know.
this something I can learn for myself?
yeah. How to ruin games. Wow, this is kind of insane.
Absolutely. I'm
And with
depressed.
bated
Can we stop
breath,
talking
we
about
await BioWare's next 3 projects. I'm sorry, what's up?
Wait, what?
I've just said I'm depressed. Can we stop talking about Anthem now?
I like talking about the robotic dumpster fire, though.
Yeah.
But I'm
All right.
sad.
Well, you know what? Kind of speaking of the next gen as Anthem 2.0
Oh, there's
might
more bad
allegedly
news.
go to it. Oh, this isn't bad news. I find this
Depends
kind
on
of
your
funny,
perspective.
actually. This is coming to us from GamesIndustry.biz, a source we use quite a bit here on the podcast. The PlayStation 5 will cost around $450 per unit to manufacture, according to some inside supply chain sources. Okay, that seems somewhat reasonable based on what we know about the hardware. Speaking with Bloomberg, people at Sony with knowledge of the matter said the cost of high-end components, especially around the heat dissipation, had driven up production costs. That also makes sense. Ryzen chips are a little bit on the hotter side. AMD chips generally are. Console manufacturing is typically a narrow margin or loss-leading endeavor. The PS4 launched with a price point of $399 in 2013, and market intelligence firm IHS Markit estimates manufacturing costs at the time were around $381 per unit. If you're
That was
Sony,
a
you were making
Okay.
$18 per PS4 in 2013.
Repeat that, but a bit slower.
Sorry. Yeah. Console manufacturing is typically a narrow margin or loss-leading endeavor. That's true. There have been plenty of instances across gaming history where a lot of companies will operate the console thing at a loss. Make up for it in other ways.
Yeah.
Like,
1X.
yeah.
That.
Sony notoriously took a really large loss on the PS3 also. Anyway,
Sure.
yeah. The PS4 launched with a price point of $399 in 2013, and market intelligence firm IHS Markit estimates manufacturing costs at the time were around $381 per unit of PS4, so Sony was making $18 in profit. Yeah.
Nice.
Historically,
It's fair nothing.
yeah, historically, console launch price has proven a delicate topic, as evidenced by the PS3 introductory price of $600, which Sony headset Sean Layden later described as a stark moment of hubris after the record-breaking success of the PS2. Okay, so they overpriced it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Microsoft made a similar misstep with the Xbox One, launching the console at $500 in 2013. Yeah, Microsoft was on some other. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, as Sony once again enters a new generation after having dominated the previous one, the platform holder finds itself in a delicate position when it comes to pricing. One source said the Xbox retail price will be a deciding factor. So they don't really like go out and like frame the whole thing, but this is basically saying, okay, so we have reasonable like supply chain links that say it's like hold on, sorry, that say the PS4 costs $450, or the PS5, sorry, costs $450 to manufacture, and Sony has no idea how to price this thing. That's the thing. You know, yeah, based on, you know, kind of what we know between the two consoles, I'd imagine the Xbox Series X costs a similar amount to make also. And so Sony is taking kind of this reactive step in seeing where Microsoft will price the Series X at.
Yeah. And the
Smart.
I don't know. I find this kind of interesting because, you know, for Sony to be like completely reactive like this and not just confidently saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to charge this amount for it" or whatever, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it really depends on how much money like Sony is making and how much they think they can kind of lose at the end of the day. Because let's say if the Series X launches at a $400 price point per console.
Yeah.
If the PS5 launches at the same price, they're going to be losing $50 per unit, roughly.
Why was Sony down yesterday? It was down 48 yen yesterday.
His third point.
Sorry, autoplay video. Anyway.
So I don't know. Like, it depends if they can operate at a loss and get away with it, because the One X operated at a loss and got away with it as well. I don't know. Personally, I think it's kind of a good idea to kind of wait for Microsoft to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Price-wise, because Sony's a massive company.
Yes.
They're like $1 trillion company. So,
yes, they are a massive conglomerate, electronics conglomerate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can kind of get away with it. It doesn't really bother them.
Not quite sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Not. What?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It's going to be. At the same time, though, and then again, you know, I do not know as much as these corporate planning people over at Sony. By no means claim I do. This seems kind of weird to me, and Mike kind of brings up a good point in the chat here about Microsoft and Game Pass and everything. Microsoft might lowball the price of the Series X and like make that aspect of gaming operate at a loss, because they'll be able to make up for it in so many other different ways with like Game Pass and everything, and like, you know, a lot of the first party games that they'll be putting on the Xbox. And so if Sony is reacting to that and they don't have accurate ways of compensating for it, because I don't know how popular PS Now is or anything, right? Then it's like, well, you know, Sony kind of shot themselves in the foot in terms of profitability with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a service like what Microsoft's got, like Game Pass was.
Yeah.
However, the whole like xCloud thing could kind of change that a bit, because Microsoft is supposedly working with Sony on a streaming platform.
Yeah.
For both of them. So maybe, I don't know, like I've got no clue in that regard. Maybe that will make up some profits for them. I don't know.
I'm still reasonably predicting that both consoles will launch at around $500, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What did the last gen launch at?
$399 for PS4 and then $500 for Xbox One X. And it's like, okay, in 2013, it's like buying a game console for $500 was seen as not a it was like, okay, the kind of insane thing, but like, I don't know, people are more and more used to expensive electronics now, right? And it's like, I mean, look how
Yeah, the
expensive
phones
phones
and
are
stuff.
and whatnot. And I mean,
Yeah,
the
true.
PS4 Pro was like $500 on launch, and that sold like hotcakes too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
I guess
yeah.
I can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see these two companies approach in stark contrast to the way that Nintendo likes to approach their hardware. Because on principle, they don't sell their hardware at a loss. I know that
Mhm.
much.
Right.
But also, what's interesting is that Nintendo's hardware is generally a lot cheaper, so therefore it's also cheaper to produce as well.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
Nintendo can't afford to sell their hardware at a loss, though. That's the thing, right? So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, I mean,
I mean,
okay,
they
I
can
mean,
afford it.
technically they can afford it, right? But it's like, you know, it's not like Nintendo's going to run out of cash anytime soon, right? Or even if they did
Right,
an
sure.
entire like next generation cycle after the Switch of operating that at a loss, it's not like they would run out of cash anytime soon. You know, the company's existed since like 1876 or whatever, right?
That's true.
Yeah, they have banks of
It's an
cash.
old company.
Yeah, banks of cash, but it's
All
just
that
like,
trading card-
yeah, it's like I believe it is an important part of Nintendo's business model to not operate console sales at a loss. That's the thing.
I mean, it's a good policy no matter who you are, really.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
generally don't want to operate business divisions
Yeah.
at a loss, but sometimes you kind of take the hit.
Well, yeah.
Also, the
Sorry.
difference is, as
Yeah,
well, is like Nintendo isn't a massive conglomerate like what Sony and Microsoft are.
no.
So Nintendo
Sure.
has a lot less room to kind of maneuver with
Yeah.
operating a loss.
Good point.
Yeah, Nintendo just does games now, right? But then, you know, Sony, we've talked a lot about how Sony is this massive film company, camera, electronic company, stuff like that.
Music.
And then it's like, you know,
They got
Microsoft is a massive
Nintendo.
computing company. Oh, what's up, Andrew?
Doing like movies. Nintendo's probably do, like movies soon and like
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they make
theme parks.
park and stuff like that. So
They're expanding.
true.
definitely in the entertainment space.
Yes.
When do we get Nintendo VR? Oh, we've already got it. Dang.
Oh, we got
Already got
Lambo
it.
or whatever, right?
Yeah. Remember when everyone was shocked about that, and then it came out, we were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, it's a piece of cardboard.
went-
It's like $80
yeah,
for
yeah.
pieces of cardboard. Okay,
yeah,
Nintendo.
exactly.
How about no?
And a 720p screen. Yeah, that's not gonna work too well.
Oh, yeah, my eyes. Yeah.
I don't think it even came with a strap to keep it on your head. You had to like hold it.
No, you had to hold it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because there
Why
was
did this is a good idea.
yeah.
Because it's $80. What do
They
you
just knew
expect?
your arms would get tired before your eyes got tired.
Okay, yeah, reasonable.
Right.
Little sunk
One doesn't
cost
give out the
fallacy
other
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If one doesn't give out, the other one will.
Yeah. Your eyes will catch on fire or your arms will just fall off. So.
True.
Flashback to the virtual boy. Yeah.
So on a kind of side note, we haven't got any like specs or anything for Sony yet, have we?
Not officially, no.
Not
What
a
if-
real
yeah.
one.
They're, I don't know. It's like, you know, we both have like a good idea of what's in the hardware
yeah,
for both
yeah.
consoles, but it's not like both companies have released a flat out, hey, this is the specific spec sheet
list.
for each
Yeah.
console. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we-
Microsoft's done more than Sony in that regard.
Well, the big thing that Sony seems to be pushing is the SSD. Do we know if the Series X is going to have an SSD?
It will. It'll have literally the
I
same
think so.
NVMe I'm sorry, the same M.2 NVMe SSD as the PS5 will.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
M2.
I think it's pretty much the exact same specs, giving a few
Okay.
things, right?
Yeah, given a few.
Taylor.
Yeah, given a few megahertz off the processor, I think will be the only difference between the two consoles.
I think
And well,
with-
besides the ecosystem. but yeah.
Yes. But
I think
hardware
with
wise.
PS5, I think their major difference is the controller. Mainly, it's funny to say that, but they've got like haptic feedback. and,
Oh
like,
yeah, we talked about that
different-
patent, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they got a heap of different features, whereas Microsoft's just chucking out the Xbox One controller again, basically.
Games.
So
Games.
I'm a big fan of DualShock 4.
Okay.
How do you guys how are you guys feeling about oh gosh, correct me if I'm wrong here. I believe that in the patent for the PS5 controller, they or not even in the patent, they just mentioned that the triggers are going to have different levels of sensitivity depending on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
game you're playing.
That's it.
How do you guys feel about that? I think it's a cool idea.
Cool.
but I've-
Right.
It's cool to
Right.
have that by a default option. I have to buy like a stuffed controller or whatever for that.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
if developers are going to take
Advantage.
make
yeah.
use
Yeah,
of
sure.
it, it's like
well,
didn't.
it'll kind of like go pretty well with racing games as well. Apparently, like if you're driving on dirt, they'll get
Mm.
like different resistances.
Yeah.
If
Isn't
you're
that a
driving in
cool
the
idea?
wet,
I like
it'll be
I like
different
that idea a lot.
resistances as well. So it seems like a cool idea for me.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the
Hope
patent
people
for the
see me
PS5
on
that has an
these.
AI watch your gameplay and offers you microtransactions if you're struggling in a game?
I've heard something about this actually.
I don't.
I
It's
hate
like
that.
I don't know. Companies will often pursue patents over like ideas that they have, even if they have no plans on implementing it, just to like kind of like stop the market from doing it. Or if the market were to move in that direction, it would be just them. So yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why intellectual property patents are so powerful.
I think the controller has a built-in, like on that patent that we talked about a while ago. I think it's got like a built-in function for like a Alexa kind of thing. I don't know whether they're going to actually include that or not. Obviously, if it's in a patent, indicates that they're probably going to have it in there. But it had like a function where you could like double tap the PS symbol, and like a alert thing would come up.
Oh,
telling you
okay.
what do you need, kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the fact that they're considering it is still rather questionable. I'm not sure because like Sony also filed a patent a number of years back that talked about it's like pausing the gameplay, like measuring in the middle of The Last of Us, or pausing the gameplay, showing an advertisement, and then continuing the gameplay, and that never came to fruition. So
Thank God.
yeah.
I don't like an inbuilt AI. Let's just call it an AI. I don't really have an issue with that, to be honest. Like, it's not. I may recommend microtransactions. That's fine, but it's mainly going to be, as far as I am aware, something similar to what Skyrim Very Special Edition was, whereby if you play it using Amazon Alexa or whatever it was, it would say you can do this, you can do that, blah blah blah. So as far as I'm aware, it's got like inbuilt functionality like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems cool to me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Wait and see.
Stadia still doesn't have Google Assistant in the controllers.
It's supposed to. Well, it's not officially launched yet, right? So.
Funniest thing.
Chromecast's still blowing up.
Normie Chromecast haven't received that firmware update either.
A mess.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Are you guys you guys getting a PS5 on launch? You know?
I don't know about on launch, but hopefully around launch.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not on launch, but maybe around. Yeah.
If I play it as much as I play my PS4, then no.
It depends on depends on if Halo Infinite will launch on PC or not.
It will.
I
Okay.
assume it will.
Yeah,
That
then
will-
in
that's
which
already
case the next gen
confirmed for
console
PC.
I'd first buy. Huh?
It's already confirmed for PC.
Oh,
It's
did it?
Microsoft
Okay.
Windows and Xbox Series X.
Okay, sweet. Then like the next gen console I would be buying would be the PS5 then.
Interesting. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so I think that'll about wrap up the main bit of the show. We're gonna wrap things up as we usually do, and then throw on the starting scene thing. Everyone will take a little bit of a break. Gather and organize people for the round table, and then we can get kind of started, chill, relaxing. Yeah. So Anthony, what games are gonna be releasing this next week?
Let's see here, 16th till the 23rd. Okay, so we have Corruption 2029, which is coming out tomorrow for Australian people. February 17th on PC. That is done by the same people who did Mutant Year Zero. Looks kind of cool, so check it out. Hunt Showdown is going to PS4 on February 18th, which is done by Crytek.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's that game I was talking about. Where
Yeah,
Crytek
you
went bankrupt
brought to
and
me a couple days ago.
was shut down.
Yeah.
Bayonetta and Vanquish 10th anniversary bundle is going to PS4 and Xbox One on February 18th. Devil May Cry 3 is coming. Special edition is going to Switch on February 20th. Dungeon Defenders Awakened is going to Steam Early Access on February 21st. And kind of into next week, 2 Point Hospital is going to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on February 25th. And that's it for this week. Very slow start to the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I've played a 2020 game yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. What's come out this year so far?
I played this indie game called 1980X.
Doesn't count.
I've heard of that. That's
Doesn't count.
a Mega Man like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, I guess.
Warcraft 3 Reforged. Heck yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, that
Oh yeah, I have played a game this year, Temtem.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
that game looks
That's out. Yeah.
Let's.
Never mind.
I don't want to say that it's screwed, but like, oof.
It's yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, what? It's just like a Streets of Rage game. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I take that.
Hey, what?
Nothing a game that. Okay, never mind.
JK
cool.
lol.
It's got it's if you're talking about 1980X, it's got a bunch
Yeah.
of neat arcade games. It's got some Streets of Rage. It's got like first person RPG stuff. It's pretty good.
Okay,
It's like an hour and a half long. So,
gotcha.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
anyway,
All right. So, yeah. Well, that'll kind of wrap it up. That concludes the main episode for this week, 104. Stay tuned. We're gonna need about 18 minutes until about 1800 Pacific Standard Time here to 1800 Pacific Standard Time here to trying to get everyone else organized, gathered up, and everything, and trying to get up, stretch, use the bathroom, get a drink if you want, food, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Andrew, where can people find you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, all Duronsky, DURONSKI.
Okay. Ethan, how about yourself?
you can find me on Twitter at Linkachuchu, LANKACHUCHU.
Okay. Awesome. Anthony, how about yourself?
I don't tweet at all, but I am at SoMatman19. I do the site's social media, so if you're wanting to get in contact with me, you can do so through any of the side channels.
Okay. You can find me at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. I forget that I changed it. Anyway, so yeah. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time and or in a little bit. Have a good one.
That just got very loud.